Okay, right, we are live. We are live today. Coffee and Chats with Ad and Kelz, and today we are joined by Mark McCumiskey. And Mark is he's in the trenches. He is actually in the trenches. He's part of the Back in Charge blueprint. He's been in it a month, so we're gonna get to have a little chat with him, see how he's getting on with his all the changes he's making to his habits, his behaviours, his lifestyle. How much he's losing weight, what impact has it had, and just a general conversation. Don't worry, but Kelz is with us. She's going to be joining us in a minute once she's finished cutting Blake's pancakes. But let's just get going. So, same as always, Mark, how you doing? You okay?
Good. I'm good this morning. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, I know. It's like you got your sling on, yeah?
Yeah, so I had an accident 4 weeks into the program, feeling really fit. Decided to take part in a five-a-side competition, which I hadn't played any five-a-side football really in probably 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
And the first game, I fractured my collarbone. So very interesting. Went ahead then and played 5 more games because it wasn't that sore, but it's sore now.
You fractured your collarbone. Cool. Well, we're going to come on to that. In a minute. But we've got a few questions for you, quick fires, before we actually get started. You ready?
Lovely. Yep.
You ready? Right. So, Mark, we're going to start. So, first one, as it's called Coffee and Chats, what is your favourite type of coffee? And I know that you drink a lot of coffee as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm a flat white fucking beast. That's
white beast.
Before the program, that was all I drank was flat whites. I like the intensity of the coffee with a small bit of milk. Since the program, realizing way too much milk, so I normally go for a cortado, which is or espresso with a wee bit of hot milk, or literally just double espressos.
Nice.
So I don't.
Okay, what 3 people, dead or alive, would you like to join you for a coffee?
Oh, at this moment in time, Brendan Rodgers, my old football mate from Liverpool, ex-Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
Then we'd have to have Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool manager.
Oh my.
And then we throw in the middle, Mr. Jordan Henderson. Then just to tell us how it all happens, So yeah, I love the football. So
I actually bumped into Danny Murphy last week.
All right, okay.
Actually bumped. He was at Afterlight Hills last week, and he was there doing a soccer camp. So saw him. So
I enjoyed the football. So yeah,
nice. If you had an opportunity to travel into space, would you?
Absolutely. First man on the plane.
That's it. I would as well. I'd love to go up there. I would love to go up there. So you like travel. So beach or city break? What are you?
I'm actually beach, but I'm more of a beach to sit around the beach rather than actually take part in swimming and lying on the sand. But I like walks on the beach, and I'm definitely a beach person. So.
Perfect. Okay, what's your most memorable holiday destination?
It's going to have to be Marbella. So myself and my wife went back a couple of years ago for our wedding anniversary. She didn't know we were going to Marbella. She actually had no idea. Everybody else in our business knew she was going. The customers knew she was going to Marbella. She got to the airport. She was getting on a flight to Malaga. She had no idea where she was going. And then for the last 5 years, we've probably been in Marbella 50 times. We even went to the extreme and we moved over there for 18 months just to live the life. So, it's Marbella for me.
Oh, nice. Right, we're joined by Kelz now.
I finished my duty of pancake cutting.
Okay, right then. Just really random. Can you play a musical instrument?
No, and this is a bit of a bugbear because my kids bought me a guitar 3 years ago. The idea was that I was going to learn to play a guitar. Even though I'm missing a finger, I knew it would be a bit of a challenge. So the guitar has been picked up twice and moved. Never actually used it. So 3 years, guitar is sitting over there, never been used.
Oh, come on. You got to get it out. You've got to get it out.
I know. Yeah.
That's it. And then finally, what one thing that no one knows about you? What is one thing that no one knows about you? Apart from that you've only got 4 fingers on your left hand.
Yeah, that's the most common one. And then probably one that So I've got a big tattoo on my back, and it represents my 4 fingers because it's like 4 scrap marks on my back. And underneath the scrap marks is my wife and my 3 kids' names. So it was quite unique to me that the whole idea was that if I put my left arm behind my back and pull my skin, that the kids' names were buried under my skin. So
nice.
It's a bit of a funny one, but it was a personal one to me. So.
Nice. Oh, cool. So what we're going to do, like I said before, we're just going to just have a chat, really, about your time in the Blueprint, how you've been finding it, why you first of all got in touch, and then just go from there, really. Just just nice and relaxed conversation. So you've only been in the program, 5 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, week 5.
Yeah. So what caused you to have a conversation about joining the program?
I suppose during COVID and lockdown and stuff like that, realised that not eating right, definitely drinking way too much alcohol, because we were at home for 12 months. The weather was amazing, so every evening, 5 o'clock, it was like, let's pop a bottle of beer. So I could see really bad habits gathering. Christmas this year, Michelle booked us a ski trip for the end of January. So on Christmas, I was like, yeah, I need to lose a few pounds. Went on a ski trip, hadn't done it. Then we decided we would wait for our wedding anniversary in March, as we always do, back to Marbella. And in January, we had a book. So I was like, I'm definitely going to lose some weight for going away in March. Went away in March and still hadn't done it. So we went away in the summer again. And a couple of months before, I was saying, I'm definitely going to lose some weight. And I didn't. So I reached out to yourself and obviously on LinkedIn before I went away to Lanzarote and had the decision made that I was definitely going to do the program. When I was away for the week, I was sort of doubting whether or not I really needed someone to help me, because I coach kids. I've had my own business. I've managed staff. So I thought to myself, why can I not manage myself? So on holidays, I was taking some funny photographs, as I do with statues. And one of the photographs was taken from a side-on shot. And I could really see the weight. I couldn't see it in a T-shirt. Wasn't overly heavy. I was 14'6", 5'10", so didn't think I was massively out of shape. But this one photograph, and I was after sending it to everybody, not realizing how bad it was, really hammered it home. Now I had committed with yourself to doing the course, but that photograph really, to me, that was it. I really need to make changes,
That's it. And that's sometimes the way, isn't it? It's not until you see a photo, like a photo of yourself, it's like,
yeah,
whew, it's like, we can all not look at ourselves in the mirror. We can all do that. We can all stop looking at the reflection as a window as we walk past. We can always hide behind people in photos, but it's actually when you actually get a photo of yourself when you're not expecting it as well. It's like, okay, right. That's not lying there. You can see it.
Yeah.
So that was you. What was your energy levels like? What were your energy levels like? What was your focus like before you? Because you mentioned about your weight and all of that, but what was your? What was the other part of the package like? Your energy, your focus, your concentration. Yeah. What was all of that like?
Well, at work, I was very good. What I did find over the last 12 months to 18 months was I'd come home from work in the evenings. So some days I would do quite a lot of driving. I would come home and rather than go to the football club, which I would always have done, because I was coaching kids or helping out with something, even if I wasn't involved that evening and it was somebody else playing, I'd go down and watch them. And I was coming home and I was sort of thinking to myself, I deserve to have a beer, or I deserve to sit down, switch on the sport at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. My weekends is the same. It was like, oh, sure, I'm in okay shape. I'm not bad. I'm still think I'm wearing 32 trousers, even though they were stretched. Still fitting into medium shirts, just nearly a large. And I suppose I was in a bit of a comfort zone. I think it was nearly, I felt like I was entitled to sit down and have a bottle of beer. But it was happening every evening. So I had just created lots of bad habits. I know I had.
Yeah, so it was like we said, it's like the habits. So we had a conversation about this the other day, wasn't it? It was the beers every single night as well. It's just that routine, isn't it? We just end up in that routine.
Yeah, I was coming in, like, even if I was there at a football game or we went out for a walk, I was coming in, open a bottle of beer and taking it to the shower with me because I was just passing the fridge and that was the thing to do. So now I pass the fridge and just take a bottle of water and go to the shower with me. So,
but would you drink? Well, I hope you weren't drinking the beer in the shower.
Yeah, I take the bottle of beer into the shower. I have a sweet shelf in the shower and I'd be honestly, I was like, so by the time I dried myself, I was ready for my second bottle of beer. And I might only have 2 bottles of beer that night, but I've kept saying to myself, oh, it's only beer. It's not bad. It's, that kind of way. I was convinced in my head. Where before COVID, if I was watching the Champions League on a Wednesday night or whatever, I would have non-alcoholic beer in the house. I'd have 2 or 3, Heineken 0.0s. And I just broke that habit that because of COVID and everything else, I just felt it was like, oh, this is normal. So, reality check. Nice.
So you jumped in, me and you had a conversation.
Yeah.
About, helping you, where you're at, we plotted that what that vision looks like, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now, wait, did you have any reservations beforehand, on that call? Did you have any reservations of, do I, is this what I want to do or anything like that?
Or is Ad dodgy? Is he the right person?
No, do you know what? We had a good chat when I was actually, before we went to Lanzarote, I was actually in Liverpool at the Eagles concert. So it was funny. It was in a hotel room and we had a good chat. And I explained what I wanted to get from the program. And I said, I've never dieted before because I could always eat what I want. But I wouldn't be, I'm not a big chocolate person or a big sweet person or stuff like that. But my wife's a chef, so we eat good food, but I wasn't eating at the right times. So I was driving, eating sandwiches. So when I spoke to Adam, I said, look, if you tell me for 12 weeks I can't have a beer or I have to stop drinking coffee or I have to start doing stuff, I said, I can't do this. And he said, no, we just, it's very simple. We put in small habits, we make small changes. And so the conversation before was very good. I knew where I wanted to be. Adam explained how we were going to get there. And I bought into it. I didn't start till I came home from Lanzarote, mind you. But when I came home, I was focused that, no beer at a school night. The way Adam had spoke to me and what he told me what I need to do and where I need to make small changes. So I just made a list, wrote everything down and how I want to implement them changes. So yeah, I bought into it straight away at the start.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? We had a conversation and then you went on holiday, didn't you? So
yeah.
Nothing changed. You didn't have that clear window. You didn't sit back and be like, oh, I've got 12 weeks. Yeah, I've looked at my diary. I've got nothing's going to happen in these 12 weeks, and I can concentrate. And let's be being honest as well. Something has happened to you in week 5, right?
Yeah.
You've broken your collarbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? You can't foresee what's going to happen. You didn't know you was going to break your collarbone. It's like, no, I'm going to do it, and you're going to crack on with everything else that happens. So let's fast forward now to this weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
How were you feeling up until the weekend? Energy wise, weight wise, what results have you seen in 4 or 5 weeks?
Well, in 4 weeks, there's a 1.0 kg bag of flour. I've lost 4 of them. So I've them on the counter and everybody comes in. I show them to lift them. I go, that's what I've lost. In week 1, I think I'd lost 4 pounds.
Sorry, Mark, what's that in pounds? Do you know?
6 kg. So
13 pounds.
Yeah.
12 pounds. Yeah.
So week 1, I lost 4 pounds and I got 4 pounds of butter and I put them sitting on the counter, and that's what motivated me. So I just kept saying, right, okay, I know what I'm doing. The program says you need to walk, and I was always very good at walking. But the fact then that I was recording what I was doing, the evenings that I sort of said, oh, I don't want to go for a walk, I went, no, I need to go for a walk. So week 1, to lose 4 pounds, and then to go to week 4 and have lost 4 0.5 kg bags of flour. So that's my motivation. That I can see it. You know, and when I lift it, I know what I've lost. So my energy levels on Saturday before I fractured my collarbone was brilliant. I never felt as good. I have a photograph that I took 2 weeks before the program started. One I sent to my wife was just a funny picture with my tongue stuck out. And then a photograph was taken on Saturday evening. And the difference in my face, the difference in my eyes, my skin, that's down to drinking water. And the benefits of eating properly. Eating the correct food right. That's what I've noticed I'm doing. So I'm watching now what I'm eating. Like, I'm watching what I'm snacking. Like, I haven't stopped doing what I was doing. Well, I've stopped like taking my ham and cheese sandwiches to work with 4 slices of bread, which I took every single day, like forever. And just made small changes, you know. So rather than eating like a full bag of pistachio nuts, which I realized was 1,200 calories, I eat 30 grams of them because it's 150 calories. So just small changes. So.
Mark, I have a question. How has it, in a short space of time, like, had an impact for you and your relationships at home? So, like, with your wife since losing the weight and the kids, how has it had an impact there for you?
I think, like my girls are all grown up. So my youngest girl is 20 years of age, and they're big into the gyms. You know, they're gym bunnies, as I call them. Like, they're really impressed with me. Like, they're looking at the flour and they're going like, "Oh my God, you know, you're losing weight. You know, you've lost weight. Didn't think you need to lose weight." But yeah, I feel fresher. I just feel mentally fresher. I feel like, so what I have during the week is Monday to Friday. I wouldn't have any beer during the week. I might have a non-alcoholic beer from sitting watching television. I just feel I just feel better, fresher. I feel younger. I feel like I've got 2 years younger in 4 weeks, which is scary. And I didn't think I was that bad. I don't think people say it to me, like, you know, the football last night, the guy I had dealing with, he stopped me and said to me, "Jesus, you lost weight." And I noticed on my face, I noticed on my skin, but I think it's everything. I think it's the making sure I'm having my protein, making sure I'm having my eggs, I haven't gone OTT, but I'm making sure I drink my water every day, you know, and I'm more positive in talking to people. And even friends of mine, I'm telling them what I'm doing, you know, that kind of way. And so the calls are positive that, you know, people are messaging me back saying, "Oh, I went for a run this evening. You know, my brother-in-law went on holidays and he sent me a picture in the morning, just back from a run, and he's drinking a black coffee rather than a latte." I didn't ask him to do that, but he's obviously feeding off the positivity too. So
you're kind of like you're being like an inspiration to people around you. Like, your change, your positive energy, the fact that you're losing weight is having like a knock-on effect. And in 5 weeks, you feel 2 years younger. So where are you going to feel in 12 weeks?
I don't know. I'm going to feel it in baseballs. I'm fit. So the goal is I'm 50 in October, so I am. So I'm going back, obviously. I'm going to Marbella for my birthday. So if my boss is watching this, now he knows. But the plan is that I had like loads of medium shirts over there. They're lovely slim fit shirts. The last 2 years, they won't button on me. They didn't button. And my goal was to be in Marbella with the shirts that should button. So haven't tried anything on in 4 weeks. I've took weekly photographs of myself and haven't tried on any shirts or anything, but I know I'm losing. I know, like, you can't lose 6 kilos, 4 bags of flour, and not be in better shape. So I do feel my energy much better, you know.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna be looking good in Marbella. You are gonna be looking good in Marbella for your birthday.
I'll have a strong right arm and my left arm will be weak. So I just
you'll be like that character out of Scary Movie. I don't know if you remember that film years ago. Yeah. You know, with the one with the really,
one big arm.
You're gonna be like him. That's it. So, but like, if we look at it, right, like, I'm just going back to what you said a second ago, was by you making positive changes, you are changing people around you. You know, you're affecting those people around you to then make positive changes as well. Okay. Now, if they've seen you, they've made changes, and they're feeling better, they're improving. People will then see them, then they will then do the same, could do the same, and so on and so on and so on. So can you see how by you yourself, by you making positive changes, it's a butterfly effect? That's what it is. You know, it's like that ripple effect. It's like you can literally change and impact so many people by you concentrating on your own health. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the power. That's the power of what you're doing, Mark.
Yeah, and people do think at the start it's going to be massive. You know, you're going to have to make all these changes, and it was very easy week one. But week one, I really sort of stepped myself sort of nearly into week 3 because I just went, I'm not just going to change my breakfast. I can change my lunch. I can change, because to me it was mindset. The biggest thing I said to the start was my mind. It was changed my mind to realize that I do need to make a change. And as soon as I bought into that, and week 1 just hammered it home, 4 pounds of butter, without trying, without overly, because I didn't do any extra exercise. I literally done the walking. I didn't miss any days walking. I walked every day. And with seeing them results, then I just went, right, okay, we can really do this. So like I went last week, I bought myself a punch bag. The idea was to make a swing outside and put a punch bag up. I think we'll park that for a wee while. So got myself a set of kettlebells. You know, I've looked into other ideas. How else can I, you know, rather than just doing the same thing every night, rather than just doing walking, I don't like running anyway, playing a bit of 5-a-side. So I'm trying to think, what else can I do that only takes 10 or 12 or 15 minutes every day that'll make an impact to me? So that's what I'm trying.
And that's it. Exactly. Now, we're going to move on. It's like, me and Kerrie know this phrase. I don't know like if you do it as well. It's a quote by Mike Tyson. And it's, everyone's got the perfect plan until they get punched in the face. Right? And what that means is like, like everything could be going really well. And then bang, you've been punched in the face and you're like, what's going on? Like, you've basically had that, haven't you? You know, like you could see how your 12 weeks was going to go. You knew exactly what was going to happen. And then bam, you've broken your collarbone. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, when that happens, what went through your mind?
Oh, disaster. Sitting on Monday morning, getting X-rays done, and was convinced of myself that it's just damaged. To then be told you fractured the collarbone, you're out for 4 to 6 weeks. Disaster. I messaged you, I was saying to you, Adam, I think I'm going to park the program, can't do anything. I just felt, wow, this is a tough moment now. Because you're right, I had it all planned. In week 3, week 4, I felt great. I was getting into in my head what weight I wanted to do, because I just need maybe another 2 kilos, then I can start building on the muscle end of it. And I just felt Monday morning was shock horror. And since speaking to yourself, then we had a good chat and realizing, no, don't stop the program, keep doing it, let's change. So I ordered an exercise bike. It's coming tomorrow. Going to do more walking, and then probably really need to be very careful on my diet, because I am going to be sort of a bit more restricted. So yeah, big challenge. This is where it gets tough. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Didn't know it was going to be this hard. I didn't, because I thought I had it all sorted, you know. So this is a bit of a speed wobble, but hey.
Sorry, go on, you go. Do you know what, Mark? Though, like I totally get that, and I relate to that. Obviously, not in the same scenario, but in the way that you think, yep, I've got it all mapped out. It's going to look like this, and then you're like, oh. But what I've learned when things like that come along and throw us off track is actually priming your mind to think solution based. Because like whatever we do, whether it is like this or whether it's work or family or anything like that, nothing's ever straightforward, is it? Things are always going to change. No. But I think, tell me if I'm wrong, if you're finding this like 5 weeks in, is doing this, it does get you into the mindset of, okay, what can I do to move me forward? That wasn't necessarily how I thought, but it's actually going to get me closer to where I want to be. And there's always something you can do, right? I know it's not what you had planned and it wasn't what it looks like, but look, you've already come up with answers yourself about how you can keep making progress, despite the fact this has happened.
Yeah, I had a plan at the start. After week 1, and when I started realizing the results, I kept saying, "Okay, I can do this. This is going to be hard work, but I can do this. I'm going to look back in October and go, I'm glad I done that." And after the 4 weeks, heading off to the football on Saturday morning, never felt better. Like, haven't felt sort of that refreshed or fit in 2 or 3 years easily. Then Monday, really devastated when I realised how bad the damage was. And then yesterday just went, right, okay, what do we need to do? How are we going to? It's just a challenge. You deal with them every day at work and you don't think about it. You just get on with it. So to me, I had it in my head that, maybe I'll take a break, and then Adam's like, no, not taking a break. We're going to go with this. There's a better way, there's an easier way. And I just went, right, okay, I'm for this. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's pick a different plan,
But that's the power of being accountable and also having someone there who's got your back.
Yeah.
Because you said you wanted to park it.
Yeah.
Then how would you have been feeling? Like, if we play it out, like, how would you have been feeling? You would have been like pissed off, annoyed, frustrated. Yeah. Then what are your behaviours and actions when you get like that? I know that, like, for a lot of guys, when they get pissed off, annoyed, frustrated, like that, they take a bit. Yeah, Kelz is muted, but she said that they take a beer in the shower. That's that sort of thing, right? That's what it is. They then start to turn to alcohol, or they then start to turn to food. Some clients, some guys go to drugs. That is how people deal with things, right? And that's that. So, but that's the thing. Like, you message me, communication, perfect. That's the key. And also, it's like, okay, cool. Well, like, I'm here for you. I'm here to get you the best result possible, right? And that's what I said from our first call, is that I'm in that boat with you. And the fact is that you were rowing it. You fell out of the water. You broke your collarbone, and I had to lean in, pick you by the collar, put you back in the boat, and was like, no, we're continuing to row. Like, you're not going to go back to that island. You are going to keep going. And that's a prime example of, what I said to you on that initial call. Like, I'm here every step of the way with you.
Yeah, and sort of in my head I was like, I didn't want to waste 1 or 2 weeks, in the program by not being able to do what we should be doing. And then I was really, what I was looking for usually, okay, we can do stuff differently. We can, okay, there's an issue there and we'll deal with it differently. And that's what you said. So without me asking that's what I wanted, I kind of went and realizing that, okay, we need to change the direction. You can't keep rowing the boat with one arm, you'll go around in circles. So we'll have to row with one piece,
We're in a pedalo now. That's what it is. So. We're in a pedalo. As long as it's got a slide on the back of it, I'm happy. But that's the thing, right? It's like when we get stuck in traffic and there's a traffic jam. We don't just sit in the traffic jam, do we? We look for alternative routes. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're doing with you. We're just looking for an alternative route. But also, if we look at the program, it's not just about exercise. It's not just about food. It's about creating these habits and behaviors, so then you understand yourself, and then when you finish the program and, you're in the big bad world all by yourself, that you know that you are going to be back in charge and you can deal with it. So, so I think it's really good that you messaged me and, we were like, no, let's see what we can do to make this work, to get you feeling more in charge. That's massive. And that's one reason why I know that when this weight comes off, it's never going to come back on for you, because you're going to identify things when they come up. You'll be like, no, I need to get it back in line now. I need to continue with my habits. So what would you say has been, like, apart from this little hurdle, what's been like the hardest part so far for you in the first 5 weeks?
It's not that stuff is, well, I would have easily, every morning I got up when I was heading away, because I'm on the road the whole time, whether I'm going to the office or wherever, I'd always be making my sandwiches, stuff like that. It was easy. Ham and cheese, bag of crisps, and bottle of water. That was, that was my lunch. And my wife was always saying to me, she's saying to me, it's long time, what? There's no goodness in that. Like, there's no goodness in what you have, and I'm going to get it. It's handy. Like, it's out on the side of the road. I can have my sandwich. So it's not just been hard. It's getting the mentality of preparing my food. So, and thinking what you're going to have throughout the week. So, and a prime example was the smoothies. I know we had this conversation. So I make the smoothies like that. So I even make them, put them in the fridge. So in the mornings, I just take them out, put it in the blender, add the juice to it. If I'm having some protein, add the protein, blend it, walk out the door. So it's just being prepared. And it's actually, I like it now at the weekend because you're thinking in your head, okay, what am I going to have this week? You know, what fresh fruit am I going to get? You know, what chicken do I need for the week? You're getting salmon. So it's just being prepared and putting the work in, getting stuff ready for the week rather than just last minute, because jump up some mornings before this, you have a coffee, you're out the door. You have 3 or 4 more coffees before you know it's 12 o'clock. Where now I'm getting up, like in the mornings, I'm making sure there's salmon there. At 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm having smoked salmon, cucumber, and 2 poached eggs. Maybe a smoothie, an espresso, and hot water and lemon as well. So I'm really packing it in the morning, but I love it because I'm so prepared. And then you can start your day and you're ready to go. Whereas before it was just always easy just to grab a coffee, hit the road, you know what I mean? Then start dealing with things as you go along. So up a bit earlier, having the fresh cold shower, prepping my food. It's not that it's been difficult or hard. It's just managing it. I'm doing it for myself now, whereas I used to always do it for work. Well, you always prep for work. Whereas a Sunday evening, you get ready for the next week. You weren't prepping for yourself. So now it's just about prepping for yourself. It's not hard, but that is a massive change.
That is such a good point, Mark. I was literally having this conversation with a client last week. It's like, it's so easy to do things for others or externally. It's like works this, so I've got to do X, Y, Z. But it's like you first, like you're the best investment, because if you're kind of rushing around, you know, after your tail all day, then nothing ever seems. It's like saying, like you said, oh, it was easy then. So it's like I have this saying, or as I have a saying, it's like easy things, hard life. Or do the harder things that do require some change and some preparation and like mindset shifts, but you do the hard things that are going to give you the easier life.
Yeah, that's it. I was doing it for work every day. You know, every weekend you get ready for the next week's work. Why not do it for yourself? I always done it for myself for years before. Like when you jump in an aeroplane and they tell you the air mask comes down, what do they tell you? They tell you look after yourself first. And I was a firm believer of that for years. Where I always played football, and I get up in the morning, have my breakfast, and I used to say to Michelle, my wife, an empty sack won't stand. So I look after myself, I feed myself first, and then I can look after everybody else. So I'm back to that routine now. That I get up a wee bit earlier, you know, I make sure that I'm right, and then I'm just better prepared for the day. So just find it easier.
And that's one thing, isn't it, that we're drilling into the guys in the blueprint, is that you, like you said, you feed yourself first. You give yourself the things that you need first. So then you're then going to be in the best possible condition. So then you can then give your best to the people that you actually really care about.
Yeah.
Because I think about it, right? If you're, you know, if you played it out 10 years down the line, you know, like what would your weight have been then? You know, what would your condition have been like? What would your energy have been like? What would your focus been like? Health implications and all of that. You know, you think about it, you're not going to give your best to your loved ones then, are you, if you're not putting yourself first now? So it's, you know, you've got to put yourself first. It's not being selfish. If anything, it's the opposite, because you're doing it for those people.
Yeah, and for me, it was just a big reality check that to get yourself right, you know, because at the end of the day, we all want to live as long as we possibly can. So, and after 4 weeks, I can see, like, I could see 2 years off my face. Like, maybe it's not that dramatic, but to me, look at myself, I went like, wow, the 2 photographs.
Mark, I've seen those photos. I've seen those photos. I saw those photos last night that you put in the group. And like even Kelz was like, wow, that's no way is that 5 weeks, like 5-6 weeks difference.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like 2 completely different guys. Like, you know, he does. Like, you look so tired and drawn, and Like your complexion, puffy eyes was like, it was so bad in that initial photo.
Yeah, and that was just a photograph I took for fun, and didn't realize I was as tired or as drawn, or I didn't realize I had such big bags under my eyes, and I didn't think I wasn't living life excessively, but I obviously wasn't looking after myself as good as I could. So reality check.
That's it. So, what's your wife? What's your wife said about you doing the program? First of all, did you tell your wife you was going to do the program?
No. When I was speaking to you at the very start, I hadn't discussed it with her, and then I said to her I was going to do a program, and she was like, "Good," and I was like, "Why?" And she said, "Because you succeed doing that." And I said, "Why would I succeed doing a program?" And her answer was this: because you don't let anybody else down. If you've done it for yourself, you would stop doing it and you would do stuff for everybody else. But because you're doing a program with somebody, you'll succeed because you don't believe in letting people down. So, which was very strange for her to say that to me, because even then she could see that I'm not selfish enough with my own time to look after and doing stuff for myself. I'm always doing something for somebody else. So when she said that, I went, yeah, you're right. So she loves it. She loves that I'm looking after food, because we had a discussion like many years ago. We used to have a bit of a crack and banter, and I used to say, I would just take a tablet rather than eating food. You know, it's easier. Where she's a chef, she loves making food. Like, she cooks food that, we can't get it when we go to a restaurant. So she just doesn't cook chicken and chips or chicken dinners. Like, stuff she makes amazing. So she loves the idea that I'm actually sitting and planning out food and now cooking food and trying different foods. So it's really positive.
So you didn't tell your wife, but you told her that you were doing a program, and she was pleased.
Yeah, she thought it was brilliant.
Why would she not? Let's be honest. Why would she not be happy that you're making improvements to your health?
Yeah, and like even the photographs, like, and she texted me Saturday morning before I went to the football to tell me how proud she was of what I'm doing, and she can see the changes, So then when I came home with a fractured collarbone, I was waiting for her to say to me, you're nearly 50, you need to give that up, and she was like, accidents happen. So you'll do better next year, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. She sounds really supportive.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, like, that's why we're with each other, like we're with our partners, because, we should be supportive of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really cool. Really, really cool. So, like, what would you say then? Like, now this has happened, like your collarbone and this little roadblock. Where do you see yourself then in like the end of the program? In another 7 weeks, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, I still see, like, my mindset's not going to change, and my focus not going to change. Obviously, the plan I had in my head and the training I was going to do will have changed dramatically. How much will it change? I don't know. I won't know. Like, I'm obviously going to do plenty of walking. Can't do any upper body. Have a exercise bike coming, so I can do that. I'll definitely reach my goal, but I don't know how I'm going to reach it yet. I don't know.
But sometimes you don't need to know.
No.
Like, you're muted. If I knew that was real life. Right. Yeah, but sometimes you don't need to know that, do you? Like, it's not always about the knowing. It's just like having that belief that you're going to get there. That belief and that trust that you're going to get there. Like, it's not always about having that set path. Like, this is what I'm going to do on this day. This is what I'm going to do. Sometimes you just got to believe it.
Yeah, because
believe it, and I'd say, like, trust the process as well. Do the process, like the daily habits, daily behaviours, and then sometimes you just know that sticking to that is going to get you there.
Yeah, because sticking to that at the very first week got me massive results straight away. So yeah, I have to have belief in the rest of the program and in myself that, because I had it all planned out. I knew after 4 weeks, I can see the end goal. I know what I need to do. So this has really thrown a big speedball in the way. So yeah, we just need to trust the program, keep going.
Exactly. And like, we've got you, we've got you every step of the way. As soon as you messaged me, I was like, look, let's just jump on a call. Let's just get you sorted, calm you down, and then we just regrouped and got you moving again. So, like, what would you say to people that, that could be watching this and could be like in a similar position to you, but, of how you're feeling and all of that? What would you say to those people that are watching it, that are a bit apprehensive about whether this could be the right program for them, and also for the fact is that, like, you're in Ireland and we're in Cyprus.
Yeah. So,
what about that, about the distance and all of that? What would you say to, like, people watching this?
Yeah, I understand. It's making the commitment at the start. Like when I spoke to you, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, had a goal, not sure how I could achieve it or what it took. You explained all about the habits, simple habits, 3 habits every week. So I had in my head, okay, 3 habits every week, keep stacking them, 36 new habits. That's a lot of habits at the end of 12 weeks. Seemed easy, can it be that easy to change 3 habits and make it work? Well, I have 6 kilos off. I've changed habits, still having a few beers the weekend. I've adjusted some food. I'm watching it more conscious now. I'm looking at, just out of curiosity, rather than just automatically having something to eat. I look at the calories now just to see what's in there. This week now we've really got into recording what I'm eating, watching the calories and that. That's a bit of a wake-up call. And the water thing, it's, just not a habit. I leave the house with an ice box at 7 500ml bottles of water. They're gone before I come home. No problem. I've seen me stopping and getting more water. It's just changing the small habits and wanting to change. I'm a prime example. Like, I am really like, to look at my photographs, 6 weeks apart, 4 weeks in, 6 kilos down. I've done nothing special. Honestly, I've just followed the program.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? There is nothing special to the program. Like, I'm being completely honest. I like simple things. For me, I like simple things. So why am I going to create a program for guys to follow that are busy, that are on the road, that are time poor? I'm not going to make it complex and all of that. I'm going to create it so it's going to be easy for you to follow, and so then you can get results. And that's what you.
And what I found straight away was that you want to do more yourself. The program doesn't tell you to do more, but your energy levels are, okay, what else can I do? What else? I'm going to do more. There's challenges there for steps. And I knew at the start, well, look, I'll beat that all day long because, I always done more than that. So I was challenging myself as you, week 2 and week 3 go in, you get yourself fitter. You keep challenging yourself. Oh, what else can I do? What more exercise can I do? And you're just eating better as well. So it's not a tough program for anybody who's interested in it. It's easy, believe it or not. It is easy, So, and that's why, like, I kept having my head. I need to challenge myself more. That's why I got the punch bag. Why I was getting the weights. But now I'm just going to have to deviate and change what I'm doing. So.
No, I was going to say, I think that's a really good point. Lots of people, when they haven't seen results with weight loss, feel like they need a magic pill or something different or something special. Actually, it's just coming away from it and sometimes asking yourself the hard questions. Have I done the basics? Have I given it enough time? Because often it's like, oh, let's do this diet, and we give it 2 weeks, or we maybe haven't seen the result because of the expectation that we've placed, and it's like, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, well, I've never dieted, and people have said to me over the last couple of weeks, like, oh, what diet are you on? And I said, I'm not on a diet. I'm just changing my habits. And it speaks for itself. And this is what I've done.
How good does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. The photograph says it all. It's like, I just can't get over the difference of the 2 photographs.
No, that's it. And also, like, how many beers did you tell me that you had at the weekend after the football?
This week?
Yeah.
10 bottles of Heineken. Liverpool were
10
playing,
bottles.
and I still didn't cross my calories.
Exactly, right?
That's
So you
winning.
had 10 bottles of beer, and you still lost weight.
Yeah.
If that isn't a sales point, I don't know what it is.
And I did, because I recorded them, and I said I've nothing to hide. I said, like, I'm believing being open and honest. There's no point in you being in Cyprus and me being in Ireland and me saying, Adam, I'm doing this and doing that and not doing it. You're only cheating yourself. I don't believe in that. Open and honest. If on Saturday I was in pain, I watched Liverpool playing, I wasn't in pain. So
Surely that's anyone in pain, isn't it? Watching Liverpool, that put me in pain.
So, yeah, 10 bottles of Heineken. And I showed everybody that. Look, that's what I had on Saturday. But then I had a good day with exercise and stuff like that beforehand. So, yeah.
Nice, cool. So, Kelz, have you got anything else that you'd want to ask Mark?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered quite a lot. Like, I personally always love how it impacts relationships with the partner and the kids, and we've covered that. And I think there's been, especially the fact, like, with what's happened with you, the broken collarbone, the fact that you know that you can still make progress. It's been habitual. I think we've covered lots of juicy stuff in this. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the thing, right? You've someone that you've come in and you've just followed everything. You've just gone, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that. I've done a little bit more of like X, Y, Z, but you're doing, but you're literally following what we're saying to a T, and you're getting the results. A little bit disappointed that you are actually a Liverpool fan. I actually thought that you was a better man than that, Mark, but we won't hold that against you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, right? It is what it is. So, yeah. But then it could have been worse. You could have been a Spurs fan,
Well, I actually have a future son-in-law who's a big Spurs fan with season tickets. So me and him have a bit of rivalry. It's quite fun. Yeah. But still haven't won any trophies. But anyway, it's good fun.
No, they won't. And they never will win anymore. So cool. Look, so there's I think it's a good point to wrap it up, actually. So, like, Mark, let's just leave it. Like, give me some like juicy. Like, what have you got big coming up apart from your birthday? Like, what's big happening in the world of Mark coming up in the future? I always like to end this on here.
Well, for me, even though I'm 49 and 50 in October, like following the program, what I'm doing, I'm really going to get I'm going to involve myself more in coaching with the kids, because I just feel like I have so much energy now compared to what I had. I have a lot more energy, so for me, just going forward, I'm just going to be a better version of me than I was 6 months ago. Definitely, I'm going to be a healthier version, and yeah, I'm going to enjoy life. Spread the good news.
And I love it, and that's the thing, right? And that's what it's all about. Like, you've said exactly what we're all put on here to do, right? And that's enjoy life.
Yeah.
Life isn't to be, it's a gift, right? It's a gift, so we've got to enjoy it. We're not here for a long time, so let's enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being honest, that actually leads us into actually a good thing for like who we're speaking to next week. Like next week we're speaking to Dave Kennedy, and he's finished his program. Like, Dave from the program.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? When he first started the program, he wasn't enjoying life. If anything, it was anything but. Like he says there, like he felt lost before he joined the program. He didn't feel like he had his identity. But next week we were talking to him, and we're just going to see like a completely different Dave to who he was 13, 14 weeks ago. So like, I'm really looking forward to speaking to him. And again, like you say, it's like just enjoying life and seeing how he's now enjoying life with his family and his kids and all of that. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look, Mark, I'm really, really pleased that you jumped on today. I know it was short notice. I only asked you yesterday because Graham got called away. But again, like, I'm so proud of what you're doing. Because Kelz knows, because we talk about our clients a lot. And with what you're doing and what you've achieved in such a short period of time, you should be really proud of what you've done, and also where you're going. So just keep that up, keep that feel good, that feeling good moving forwards. Don't worry about qualifying. These things happen. It's just a blip, right? You're still gonna be looking good for your birthday. We just got to change our approach. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Looking forward to being on the pedal.
I'm on the pedal, right? I'm on the pedal with you, exactly, right? And let's do some cannonballs. So, Kelz, have you got anything that you'd like to say?
I think, like you say, we've covered it all. It's been good to talk to you today, Mark, and hear like the journey, how it's impacted you, and everything you're getting on. And just thank you for taking the time out this morning and coming on and talking with us.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's the thing as well. It's like someone on Facebook has also said, "Well done, Mark," as well. So like you're getting.
Oh, do you know what I will say quickly? Just interrupt you there, Mark. Do you know, Mark? You will feel so good and proud of yourself that when you get to the end of the program and you continue to lose weight, and you'll go back to this feeling of when you first break program, like, oh no, what am I going to do? The plan's changed. And when you get the result anyway, that will just like strengthen your mindset even more. That we never need to have a problem because there's always a solution, and it doesn't have to stop us. So I shall look forward to watching you progress still throughout the journey.
Yeah, so am I.
But also, just interjecting there, that's down to the cold showers. The cold showers are building your resilience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look convinced.
No, but that's it. But it is though.
I like the cold showers. My wife Michelle doesn't like when she gets into the shower after me and forgets to change the settings.
Do you do that on purpose, Mark?
I just don't take it. Well, sure, look.
Leave it a bit cool.
It is what it is. So, yeah.
Cool. Nice one. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And so guys, like, look, anyone watching this, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Mark, please just drop it in the comments. And, I'm sure that Mark will then, we'll ask him and then we can then answer it for you. But apart from that, like, it's been a pleasure having you on, Mark.
Yeah, look forward. It was very enjoyable. It's, as I said, I'm enjoying the experience, and it's good to share it, because if somebody can get the results I get or how I feel after 4 weeks, then it's well worth it,
Nice one. Cheers, guys. Well, I'll speak to you
next time.
Okay. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.